Orientation is locked. Rotate to device back. How do you do that?
Did you lock the auto rotate?
Let's see. Auto rotate. Why is it still showing me this? I want to rotate it. Rotate to device. Now, what am I going to do about this? It might fall. It's all right. I don't know if this is going to stay or it's going to fall. No. Are we going to do this facing up or we're going to do it the other way? Bring it up. Let me rotate this stand. I think. Sorry everyone, we're trying to get the best position for this. I don't know why the auto rotate is not. Sorry. It's still. Hello everyone. We're live trying to get a permanent position for this. Amarachi, please, can you give me something to just stand it? So let me get, hello. So I'm trying to get the Instagram live up. So we're just going to wait. Sorry, I'm starting a bit late. Let me activate this on my Instagram live as well. Instagram live. Okay. So welcome everyone to today's show. Welcome to Life's Journey. Hello Araba Chantel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sorry we're starting a bit late. Amarachi, I need you to help me switch off the air conditioning. So sorry we're starting a bit late. Today's topic, switch off the light at the back. So today's topic on the series, Life's Journey. I don't know how many of us were able to catch up with the introductory series, which was last week, the maiden edition. Our maiden edition was last week. We introduced the series Life's Journey and we talked about what to expect on this channel. We talked about what we'd like to do with this series. It's a series where people come in to listen to each other tell their stories. We come to listen and learn from each other telling their stories. We hope that this series is going to be life-changing. It's going to be uplifting. We're going to use this avenue to help one another in self-discovery and self-growth. So if you're joining us today for I missed the introduction. Okay, Fidelia, welcome. Welcome to Life's Journey. It's a new YouTube series that we started our first edition last week. That was our maiden edition. The series is meant to help us to learn by listening to each other tell their life stories. We hope to learn from it. We hope to get strengthened by the strength of just listening to each other tell their stories, tell their travails as we journey through life. We hope to learn from our mistakes. We hope to learn from our successes. We hope that by listening to each other tell their stories, we will be stronger in whatever situation we find ourselves in, having it at the back of our minds that we aren't the only one faced with such a challenge, or we aren't the only ones going through whatever trying times it is that you are experiencing at the moment. So it's going to be life-changing. We're going to use this avenue to help each other in whatever capacity that we can, physically, mentally, emotionally, just being each other's support structure. That is the whole essence of this series, Life's Journey. And on today's topic, Dare to Live. Today's topic is Dare to Live. Are you just existing? Have you been living? Have you been fulfilling your wildest, even if it's not fantasies, have you been living the lives of your dreams, or have you been in a self-denial? You've been telling yourself, I've been living the lives of my dreams. But in reality, you are living in your own shadows. So today's topic is Dare to Live. And on today's topic, I'm going to be sharing with you my own life's journey. Career-wise, I'm going to be giving you little tidbits here and there on the risk I've taken as a human being, career risk, career decisions, my failures, my successes. And do I regret them? The answer is no, I don't. Because I believe there is no such thing as 100%. There is no such thing as perfection. We all strive to attain perfection. We all strive to attain excellence. But the mere effort of trying to attain excellence or trying to attain success is a journey on its own. It's a process. Attaining excellence, attaining perfection, it's a process. So in our bid to attain excellence or striving to attain perfection, we should keep an open arms to failures. We should keep an open arm to disappointments. We should embrace our failures as much as we embrace our successes. So I'm going to be sharing with you some of the mistakes I've made in life in the bid to attaining that dream career or that dream profession that we all have every now and then. You have a dream. I have a dream. I have a picture of where I would like to see my career in the next 10 years. I have an inclination of what I should be doing in maybe 5 to 10 years from now. But guess what? Some of us do not even know what we want to do right now. Some of us do not know what we want to do in the next 5, 10 years. We haven't attained that level of clarity on our purpose. And that's what this channel is all about. We're going to help you on the path to self-discovery. No one is actually going to discover who you are. You alone have the sole responsibility of discovering who you really are. And once you have discovered who you really are, your essence, yourself, then you can discover. So, I just had a call coming in. I'm sorry, so it kind of, um, well, like I was saying, once you have attained self discovery, you will now be able to visualize or have clarity on where you want to go. So do not be afraid to say, I do not know what I want to do now, or I don't know where I want to be in the next 5, 10 years. There is nothing to be ashamed of. It is a journey. And remember, you're not in competition with anyone. You're in competition with yourself. So in our sojourn through life, we will stumble, we will fall, we will rise up and move on. It's not the number of times that you fall that determines your success rate or your failure rate, but it is a number of times you are willing to pick yourself up and move. So I'm going to be sharing with you some of the business ventures I have done in the past, why I decided to be in the food industry today. Have I always been in the food industry? Yes, I would say pretty much so, but not as Tastebudz NG. And that was why when I introduced myself last week, I said, and if I'm to introduce myself right now, I'm still going to say, my name is Benedicta Elechi. I am the Chief Executive Officer of Tastebudz NG. I am the Executive Chef of Tastebudz NG. Presently, I always like to introduce myself in the present tense. Why? Because everything around us is transient. Everything around us is programmed to change. But the only thing that is constant is yourself, you as a person. You are the constant. But everything around you, everything revolving around you is constant to change. So do not let your circumstances or things surrounding you to determine who you are at any given point in time, because everything around you is subject to change. So now, what was I doing 10 years ago career-wise? 10 years ago career-wise, or rather 15 years ago career-wise? Let me take it back. What was I doing 15 years ago, or when I graduated from college, when I graduated from the university? I had a dream of owning a food company, a food processing company. I had this dream, or still have this dream, of owning one of the most successful food companies of African origin. So I embarked on a food company. But guess what? I started from my home. I started from my home. Basically, what I'm doing now, I started it like 15 years ago. I started a food company from my home as a fresh graduate from the River State University of Science and Technology. I had this dream of starting a yogurt production company because that was my project topic. Processing of yogurt. So I started by cooking, right? I started catering on very small scale for family and friends. Then I started manufacturing yogurt 3 years after my catering company became a success then in Port Harcourt. That was sometime 2007. I had been catering for 3-4 years as of 2007. It became a huge success. I started catering for companies, and I knew I could no longer cater from my house. I needed to move out and get a structure. So structure I got, I started catering from my structure for companies. From there, I was able to raise some funds to start manufacturing of yogurt drinks on a very small scale. When I mean very small scale, on a domestic scale. The first batch of yogurt we produced in 2009 was about 10 liters. You know what 10 liters is? Basically like 20 bottles of 500 ml worth of yogurt. That was what we started with. Big things always start small. Fast forward 4 years later, I had about 103 employees working in the catering aspect of my business, which was the first business that I started. I had people working in the yogurt section. I also had people working in the bakery section. Most of you don't know that I ran a bakery. I ran a bakery for about 4 years in Port Harcourt. I started the bakery, which was an offshoot from the catering. So what am I trying to tell you? I'm someone that believes in multiple streams of income. I take risk. I put in my everything. I don't see failure as a barrier. Never have seen failure as a barrier. Never had seen losing as a barrier. I always saw it as a phase in life, as a stepping stone, as something you have to encounter, or something you have to encounter and surmount in order for you to be successful. So in your journey through life, you should never look at failures or failures as an obstacle. You should never see it as an excuse not to explore the biggest expression of yourself. You should never see it as anything to hold you back from living your dreams. So I started small. I had a very big dream, started small, and over the years, I grew fast. Now, life happens. Remember, the series is all about life's journey. Life happens. And most of you that have gone through a divorce or gone through a breakup, it might even be a business partnership, a business that was doing so well, and you're in partnership with someone, and then something happens along the way, a disagreement comes up, and you're unable to tow the same path anymore. There suddenly is a break in the relationship, and this is going to cost you a lot. Some people are unfortunate. It cost them their lives. Some failures cost some people their mental health. And some people, it costs them just their finances. Finances has to do with comfort, has to do with freedom to do the things normally you would have done. So all of this are some of the things that comes along with breakup. Some of these things are the things that comes along with life issues. So are you going to let this determine who you are? The answer is no. You're just going to fight back. That's what makes you you. That is what gives you that audacity of hope. Because you know that you're not going to be judged. You're not going to allow the circumstances you find yourself to judge you, or the circumstances you find yourself to determine where you want to be or the next step you want to take. So life happens. In the process of my divorce, lawsuits, I gave up a lot of things. I lost a lot of things. They weren't taken away from me, but they were just destroyed. Destruction means you have to start all over again. So when you've built something to a point where it's so successful and you feel, oh, this is it. I have finally reached my oasis. I am comfortable. And then something comes up from nowhere to tear it all apart, to destroy it. It might not take it away from you, but it destroys it. You have to pick up the pieces of your life and move on. Dare to live. That is today's topic. Dare to live. So in my own situation, my divorce destroyed a lot of my finances. But that didn't stop me from picking up the pieces of my life and starting a new career. Well, not a new career, but more like a continuation. I remember when I moved to Lagos some years ago, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do to keep myself busy. Because I have always been a very hardworking person. I'm not one to sit around and feel sorry for myself. But don't get me wrong. I don't give up. I fight back. I take it that, yes, this is life. Life happens to us all. But how we choose to handle the issues in life is what makes you a success story or what makes you a failure. The choice is yours. You can choose to allow your circumstances to make you a failure in life, and you can choose to make your circumstances mold you into a stronger being, into a better version of yourself. You can use your challenges to reach out and help others because you're not letting it determine who you are. You're not letting it stopping you from living your life. You're going to use those challenges, make yourself into a formidable force, and use the experiences you've had to help somebody else that is not as strong as you are to get up and move on in life. Dare to live. Dare to live. Do you really want to live? Do you want to own your life, or you just want to allow this life to pass you by? Do you want to be a spectator in your own life journey? Do you want to be a spectator, or you want to hold the reins of your own life and dictate the pace? You might not be in total control of everything that is going to happen to you, but you have the chance, you have the will, you have the opportunity of charting out a course for yourself and treading diligently on that course. So life happens. I could have chosen to beat myself up and cry all I wanted and allowed everyone to say, oh, we told you so. You shouldn't have gone on with this divorce. Oh, you should have just endured. Do you really want to endure life, or you want to live life? Is life really worth fighting for? Is your life really worth fighting for? Those are the questions you should ask yourself. Do you really want to go through life like you don't really exist, like you are a spectator of your own life? Is that what you really want? Or you want to experience being the best version of yourself? If you do want to experience your fullest potential, your greatest potential, you have to live your life. You have to live it. You have to own it. You have to fight for it. You have to take risk. You have to push yourself. You have to break limits. You don't have to sit down and feel sorry for yourself or allow other people to determine how you want to live your life. So if you are out there and you have been through a very difficult patch, or you're still going through a difficult patch, and you feel this is the end for me, there is no way out of this. I just want to end it all. I want to take my own life. I want to murder whoever it is that is causing me so much pain. I have a message for you today. The person isn't what you're stressed. The person isn't what that energy. You can channel that energy you have within you, that energy you feel within you, into charting another course for your life. And you will be amazed that you might discover that you will be living a better life now than you were before. Let us utilize our energy positively. Let go of all the anger, the resentment, the hate, the weakness. You feel, this is my dream job, this is my dream career, this is what I've worked all my life for. Oh, it can't be better than this. It can't be better than this. I have worked so hard to get to where I am today, and I can't see anything better than this. Who said so? Who said this is the best thing that could have happened to you? The world is filled with opportunities. The world is filled with so many good things that we don't even know of, we're not yet aware of. Today we have different types of iPhones, iPhone X, iPhone 8, iPhone this, iPhone that. Remember when it used to be Motorola and it used to be, BlackBerry, and we just felt this is the best, this is the best that phone technology can get to. Oh, I don't think that anything beats this BlackBerry. If I can get my hands on this BlackBerry, I am made. I am so done. But look, if anyone was to give you a BlackBerry phone today and then give you the latest iPhone, I'm sure you will take the iPhone over the BlackBerry. But then it was like the best thing that could happen to phone technology. It couldn't be better. When I was leaving Port Harcourt, by the way, my factory is still in Port Harcourt. It's still there, just locked up in chains. I locked it up with chains, with padlocks. I put a security there. I told him to watch over the place. I was done with yogurt production. I was done with the bakery. I was done with industrial catering, because we used to cater for companies back then in Port Harcourt. The name of the company is Dictachi Foods Nigeria Limited. Dictachi means Benedicta Elechi. Sorry, network issues. So, he's outside, right? I think he is. So sorry. Though we had a bit of a network challenge. So now, back to what I was saying. So just in case you want to look it up, it is Dictachi Foods Nigeria Limited, based in Port Harcourt. Please, can you tell her to stop screaming? So that was the name of the company, Dictachi Foods Nigeria Limited. And you see, there is a thing with working so hard, building your dream, or building that dream career of yours. It never really goes away, okay? It never really goes away. There are always things that, you will be remembered for. There are always things that people will still remember you for. For example, the land where I built my factory in Port Harcourt, because I was the first to actually grade the road. There was no road there. It was a swamp. We used to wear rain boots to go in there when I was building. So I was the first to grade the road. I brought electricity to that place. And I was the first to give the indigents clean drinking water. And I was the first to bring in a transformer that provided light. Now, there was no road. The road wasn't named. And I needed an address for my product. So I walked up to the Port Harcourt Town Council, and I told them I would like the road to be named after me, because there was no road. I needed a road for a name, an address for my product, and I also needed them to come and see why I needed the address. So after the road naming inspection and everything, they called the people living there and asked what it was that I have done for the citizenry around there, for the government to name the road after me. And the people there told them, I gave them light, I gave them water, and I was able to grade the road to a reasonable extent where they could now walk without, using rainbows. So the road now was named after me. I told them I wanted the road to be named after my company, Dictachi Lane. So if you go to Port Harcourt, Transamadi Road, if you know Peter Odili Road very well, off JC Street, you're going to see a road named Dictachi Lane. Dictachi, which is Benedicta Elechi, which is the name of my product. That name is on the map of Rivers State. You can't change it. You can never take that away from me. So even if you fight everything, you fight my worth, or you try to fight my business, the essence of what I have done in the lives of those people can never be forgotten. And that is what I want to tell you. When you're striving for excellence, when you're striving to attain a goal in life, always carry people along. Ensure that your purpose is impactful. Ensure that you're able to touch lives, because by so doing, you are leaving a legacy. I might not be producing yogurt today in my factory. I might not be producing bread on a commercial scale in my factory, but guess what? The road remains Dictachi Lane. It is on the map of Port Harcourt. If you Google the map of Port Harcourt today, you're going to see the road. That is my road, named after me. Why was it named after me? Because I was able to impact the lives of the people around where I worked. So in life, when you're striving for excellence, when you're striving for perfection, you want to do this, or you want to do that big thing, you want to do that great thing, always carry people along. Strive to leave a legacy. Touch the lives of people. Let them remember you for who you are, not what you are. If you go to that area and you say you're looking for the CEO of Dictachi Foods, they will not know you. They will not know what you're talking about. But when you say, I'm looking for that lady that brought transformer here, that woman we've been given her water, that woman we've been do road. They say, that woman we've been they do yogurt, child, you don't tell we see am. That is what they remember, how you have impacted their lives. Not your position, not your title, not who you were, Those things will always come and go. It is how much you're able to impact the lives of others, how much you're able to make them want to be the better versions of themselves. That is what counts. Dare to live. Today, I am challenging someone out there that has given up hope in life, that has given up hope in starting afresh. Maybe you have built your career to the point where you felt, this is it, it can't get any better. And then boom, something happens. In your case, it might not be a divorce. In your case, it might be a mental health challenge. In your case, it might be the heartache from a loved one, Someone you love just told you they were done, they were not doing anymore, and then you were heartbroken. It might be that you got duped financially, and then everything came crumbling down, and you had to start all over again. Dare to live. Dare to live. Do you want to live? Do you want to own your life? Do you want to hold the reins of your life? Do you want to determine the course you want to chart for yourself? Or you want people to dictate it for you? You want people to dictate it. You want your boyfriend to dictate it. You want your best friend. My bestie says no, we can't do this. Oh, my bestie thinks this is not good for me. No. It gets to a point even your parents cannot decide for you anymore. As an adult, you have to know what you want in life, and you have to pursue it vigorously, diligently, and with purpose. So these are the questions I want us to ask ourselves. First thing we have to do in our journey through life is to ask yourself, have I attained self-discovery? Have I really attained self-discovery? Do I really know this person in this body? Do I know what interests me? Do I know the things that I like? Do I know the kind of people I want to hang out with? Do I know what it is I want in life? If you cannot answer these simple questions, you cannot begin to chart a course for yourself in life. You can't even know what you want to do now or where you want to see yourself in 5 years. Let us ask ourselves these questions. Let us have this discussion. Let us have this conversation. Okay. Yes. And there was this lady that I'm going to also share with you. Okay. A message I got from this lady sometime last week. Now, before I go on, if there is anyone here okay. Yes, well, for now she wants to be anonymous. And like I tell people, on this channel, we're going to be sharing our stories. If you have a story you would like to share with us, you can come on live on our next episode of Life's Journey. You can send me a message on my DM. You can send messages to my DM at Tastebudzng. You can also send WhatsApp messages to the phone number that I'm going to call now. If you have real life stories that you'll want to share with us, you can send a message to our WhatsApp number to feature you on our next week's edition of Life's Journey. Like I said, this series is to strengthen us, to free us from all those imaginary shackles that has been weighing us down over the years. It might be a heart-wrenching story of what you have been through and you want to share it with us. You want to let it go so you can move on. Because if there is anything I'm going to tell you today is if you're holding on to painful memories, if you're holding on to your past and it is weighing you down, it's eating you up like a cancer, you really can't move on. So if you feel you are burdened with unpleasantries from your past and you just like to share it with us, call this number, send us a message on our WhatsApp, and we will bring you up live on our next week episode. The number to call is 0811 597 8904. The numbers to call 0811 597 8904. Those are the numbers to call. You can also send us a WhatsApp message on that number and we can bring you on. There was a lady that reached out to me sometime last week. She said she wanted to be anonymous. Yes, we respect your anonymity. If you have stories you would like to share with us, you want to come live and share them with us, you're welcome. If you want to send them in as voice notes, you're welcome to do so. We are here to listen. We are here to help each other. We are here to empower each other to become the best versions of ourselves. No one is going to judge you. No one has the right to judge you. If you have attained self-discovery at the age of 20 and some other person is 35 and they are yet to attain self-discovery, there is nothing wrong with that. You are not in competition with them. This is your life. This is you. And remember, we are all made differently. We are all made differently. We are unique in our own different ways. So do not expect to discover what you want to be or the things you want to do at the same time as the next person. We are all different. Never use another person's mileage as a yardstick for your own journey. Run your race. Be the best version of yourself. So thank you all for watching. And before I go, there was a lady that reached out to me and she said she was burdened. She had gone through so much in life. You know, she's coming from a home where she was raised as quote unquote a bastard, but I don't believe there is no such thing. There is no such thing as a bastard. Every child should be loved. Every child is legitimate in their own right. And she had so much to tell. But guess what? She was scared. She said she wasn't sure if she was ready to come out. And I told her one thing: take your time. You're not in a hurry. No one is going to force you to come out and tell your story. When you feel it is time for you to come out and tell your story, you will be able to come out and do that. Because if there's anything I would like to tell you today, is this: when you own up to your past, to what your past was, and you own up to what your present is, you are ready to face your future. If you cannot own up to where you're coming from and where you currently are, the future will always look bleak. You can't see what it holds in there for you because you're stuck in the past. You're trapped in the past. Don't be a victim of your past. Don't be stuck in your past. Move on. Move on. Tastebudzng is 3 years old in Lagos. Or rather, I always keep saying Lagos, because this is not where I started my food journey. I started my career in the food industry many years ago. But Tastebudz is a whole new food brand. I started from nothing here in Lagos 3 years ago. When I say nothing, I mean nothing, as in 0 naira. I didn't have a kitchen, I didn't have anything, because then when I came to Lagos, we were living in 1004, which you all know it's an apartment kind of house. So I couldn't bring in my industrial catering equipment because there was no space to put it in, you know. So here I was in Lagos. I had all the industrial catering equipment you can think about in Port Harcourt, but I had no space to bring it in Lagos. And I wasn't fluid. I had landed property, but I didn't have cash. All my cash was being drained by different lawsuits, legal fee, children custody issues, land custody issues. My cash was all over the place, fighting one legal battle or the other. So here I was in Lagos. I wanted to birth a new company, Tastebudzng. You know, that was my brainchild 3 years ago when I came to Lagos. But now I didn't have the land space. I had all the equipment in Port Harcourt. I could move it in to Lagos, but I didn't have the land space I needed to start this business. I didn't have the connect I needed in Lagos. I didn't know anyone. I was like a fish out of water. Yes, Literally, I was like a fish out of water when I came to Lagos 3 years ago. And the only thing that was in my mind was, I cannot fail. I have always known, right from when I was little, that I had so much love, all around me. I knew I was God's child, right from when I was very little. I knew He loved me so much. And if there was anything I was going through, if there was anything that was happening to me, it was for a reason, it was for a purpose. It was for me to learn something out of it. So I knew that whatever it was I wanted to venture into was definitely going to be successful. Because I was going to put in my all, I was going to put in my everything. And I knew it was going to work. I knew the journey wasn't going to be easy, don't get me wrong. It was tough as hell. Starting Tastebudz with zero capital, it was tough. Tough is an understatement, But like I said, I did it once, I'm doing it again. So that is the mindset you should have when you're faced with challenges, when you're faced with obstacles, when you're faced with things that you believe are just too difficult for you to surmount. Your mindset should be, I can do this. I know I've got this. I can do this. This is going to work. I'm not giving up. I see no room for failure. I see a lot of difficulties. I see a lot of challenges, but I don't see failure. So start changing your mindset. Start working. So thank you all.
Face it like this.